Boxing King Media in association with Boxer with me, the MC, the presenter, probably the promoter, Dev Sahni. Dev, listen, I know Dennis is your boy, but talk to me through that reaction, because you get to see the scorecards before anybody else. What goes through your head?
Yeah, it's crazy. Firstly, it's like 400 degrees minimum in York Hall. This is the hottest night that it's been. Absolutely mental. That fight was incredible. And the moment of, as a ring announcer, you never plan to read out a majority draw. That is like a nightmare, let alone like a kind of technical majority draw, because the fight was cut short. I did know the scores before everyone else, and it's good having the sort of the audience in the palm of your hands and reading it out and that. But it was great. I want to see them do it again. I mean, that was such a good fight, and a draw sounds about right.
I mean, when you get the scorecards, do you intentionally do it so we wait till the final scorecard?
Of course. You got to do it properly. Look, there's been a lot of MCs that don't do it right. I'm not saying I'm a great MC, but I know how to do that particular bit. I know how to build up the jeopardy about, the tension about who's going to win, and read a split decision or a majority draw the right way. So it's a good moment. Bit of an anticlimax in terms of it's a draw, but it's that moment of just everyone holding on, isn't it?
I've done loads of events, and I'm not going to lie, the queue to get in today was unbelievable. I've never seen that before. Well,
what actually happened was, I think we were on about half full. I popped out that tweet in the week about there being a handsome MC. Suddenly, everyone's coming. They heard Raza, and they turned up for me. What can you say? No, look, Dennis McCann's a star, mate. He is a star of British boxing. I know it's only York Hall, but it feels like there were about 4,000 people here tonight. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm sure the police are nearby if that is the case. But yeah, no, it was an amazing night, amazing atmosphere, and a nod to the star power of Dennis McCann. Khalid Ali done a ton of tickets as well. Nathaniel Collins has brought some down from Scotland. We've got a good thing going on here. It's always good ramming out the home of British boxing, the spiritual home. I love it.
Obviously, that cut itself might take some time to heal, but if you're Frank Warren, do you go straight back into that rematch?
I don't know. Look, it will be up to, they'll have to sit down together, because BALUTA had some success in that. There's no doubt about that. He was able to swarm Dennis. He was able to put him under pressure. And Dennis was probably looking at that because Dennis thought he'd get the stoppage tonight. That was the kind of intention, and he targeted this fight. So they'll have to discuss why it wasn't as successful as he thought it was going to be, and they'll figure it out from there. But like, from a fan perspective, I'd love to see that again. It was a brilliant fight at York Hall, and let's do it again at some point.
Just moving away from this show, Dev, it's a big one next week. Can Daniel Dubois pull this off and become the unified heavyweight champion of the world?
Bigger, younger, hits harder, wants it. Daniel Dubois is ready. He's been dreaming about this since he was about 5 years old. Nobody has hit Alexander Usyk the way Daniel Dubois will hit him. He's so big, he's so strong, he's looking in the shape of his life. As long as it doesn't all get to him, all them people booing him and, jeering and maybe even throwing stuff at him on the way to the ring, if he can keep cool, if he can keep a good temperament in that environment, he has got a great chance of knocking out Alexander Usyk in Poland.
I mean, the week is quite special to Usyk. It's Ukraine's independence week. I believe it's Thursday, if I'm correct. He's a man who's we've shown through his amateur and professional career, he doesn't switch off. He's concentrated fully. Does the best version of Alexander Usyk beat the best version of Daniel Dubois?
I think with that, I have to be honest and say absolutely. I think if they were the same size, Usyk's a genius, right? All that amateur pedigree, gold medals, etc. But the thing is, they're not the same size. And Usyk's taken some heavyweight punches, right? He gets marked up, he gets hit. You see that after the first Anthony Joshua fight in particular. He got hit in that fight. And I state it again, no one's going to hit him like Dubois was going to hit him. If they were the same size, sure, I'd be picking Usyk. But Daniel Dubois is... let me ask you another thing. How many amateur fights did Usyk have?
Hundreds.
Hundreds of amateur fights. How many pro fights has he had?
17, 18, 19.
17, 18, 19. How old is he?
Older than Dubois.
11 years older than Daniel Dubois. That is miles on the clock. That is tough, grueling training camps. Inactivity as well. He hasn't boxed since, August last year, September last year. It's been a while. Daniel Dubois has been very, very, very active. In the time that Usyk's fought about 4 times, Daniel Dubois has fought 11 times. Do you realise that? The level of activity in 4 years. Daniel Dubois has boxed 11 times. He's ready to go, mate.
I know you did an interview earlier in the week with Boxing King and you spoke about kind of the whole anti-Joshua stuff. I just want to ask you on Carl Froch made some comments regarding Tony Bellew and I quote the following way. He said that Tony Bellew's got a problem when he commentates on these fights. He's so loyal, he doesn't want to give any criticism. Do you think are those comments fair, one? And two, is that just a problem that any broadcaster will have? When you bring in someone, you want them to be positive towards the home fighter.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to make it specifically about Tony Bellew, but I would say as a general rule of thumb, if you have someone who is a fighter's friend and is always waxing lyrical about the fighter, but notably a fighter's friend, on the commentary team, it's a bit of a conflict of interest, and the results speak for themselves. But that's not Tony Bellew's fault, right? He's an emotional guy, and he loves Anthony Joshua, so he's going to be hyping him up, and he'll get lost in it. It's not his fault. It's up to them to choose another team.
Yeah, we've got the guys just trying to chuck us out here, but they can bear with us for a moment if that's okay. Have you seen the Tyson Fury Netflix show?
I've seen 2 episodes, and it's fantastic, isn't it? And by the way, all this any noise that's on social media about Tyson Fury did this, he did that, all of that doesn't matter at all, because the audience that he is now hitting, Netflix, trending #1 on Netflix, this is a global superstar, and the people that will be watching this show, they won't even be boxing fans. These will be people that watch, I don't know, like Kardashians and stuff like that. He's hitting a whole new audience, and it's a nod to his superstar nature, and fair play. I'm 2 episodes in. How many are you in?
1, just the 1.
Okay, enjoy it?
Oh, very good. It's very good.
Apparently I'll pop up at 1. I don't know if I say anything, but I pop up like either in the background or something like that. So
to be honest, the amount of roles you have, I'm sure, I'm not surprised you're popping up in different places.
Mate, this is my route to Bollywood. I'm ready to go.
Bollywood or Hollywood?
Bollywood, let's do it. I think Hollywood, I think I'll struggle, to be honest, but Bollywood, let's do it. I'm bilingual, trilingual, I can do it all. Don't worry about that.
Just finally, just overall the show tonight, your happy moments?
But I thoroughly enjoyed the McCann BALUTA fight. There's so many moments where you're like, oh God, and it was great. Nathaniel Collins, you could not ask for more. He beat Raza Hamza with 1 punch. I didn't even see the punch. I literally went to sit down, I turned around, and Raza Hamza was getting a count. I was like, what on earth has happened here? Well, I know what happened. The nightmare happened. Nathaniel Collins, Queensbury featherweight now, British and Commonwealth featherweight champion. And look, he's got good world rankings. He's climbing up there. He says he's the best featherweight in the country. He's taken into account Lee Wood. He's taken into account Josh Warrington. He's even taken into account Nick Ball. So I'm very excited about how it all went for him. Raven Chapman was great as well. Ryan Garner stoppage. Mate, have you seen? For Ryan Garner, they hold up a Garner flag. They hold up a flag of Ghana. Is that not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Come on, what a night.
Dev, I appreciate your time, and I will see you. Hopefully our next interview will be in lovely Poland.
Let's do it. Out to Poland next week, and Daniel Dubois is going out there empty-handed, but he will be coming back with a whole lot of hardware. Can't wait.
Dev Sahni for Boxing King Media, thank you.